Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of circumference and area. This is standard 7.9b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 13 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a ruler here, and it's used to measure the dimensions of the circle. So as you can see, I've kind of cut this ruler out, and I printed off this particular page and took a snapshot of it so we can get the dimensions. Because if you try to take screenshots of pictures and then measure those, there's no guarantee the scale is going to be correct. So this is actually a picture of the paper version of the STAAR test. Cut out the ruler and just put it right here on top of the circle. So we're supposed to use this ruler to measure the dimensions. Really the only thing in this circle is this line right here. That's dotted, goes from side to side through the center. And then which measurement is closest to the circumference? All right, so that's all we get. So the circumference, if we look on our mathematics chart, equals pi times diameter. Now, nothing is labeled, so let's go ahead and label these things here. So the circumference is the outside. There's several ways to kind of remember that. The circumference, you can almost kind of see the word fence here. If you kind of take out a few of the letters, fence. Fences go around the outside of a yard or the outside of a property. And this circ right here looks like circle, and it's the outside of the circle. So either way you remember, the circumference is kind of like the perimeter, except it's for circles, because perimeters, have straight lines and angles. Circumferences are curved all the way around. So we're trying to find that circumference, but we don't have a curved ruler that we could use. So what we need is to find an equation that can help us, and we know that circumference equals pi times diameter. So what does that mean? Well, the diameter is this right here. It's going to be this measurement. That's why they gave us the ruler. It goes from side to side through the center of the circle. And so that looks like it is about 7 centimeters. The only other real measurement that you might ever need is the radius. Now, the radius goes from the center to the side. The radius always equals half of the diameter. And so if the diameter is 7, then the radius is going to be 3.5. So really all we need to do is we need to multiply pi times this 7 centimeters. Now, what is pi? They don't give that to us. Pi, if we had a calculator, does have its own button. Pi is actually, if you think about it, if you want to divide both of these, right, by the diameter, you would get pi is actually the ratio of the circumference over the diameter. It doesn't really help us right here. But for every single circle, pi is about, so we're going to put these equivalent signs here, 3.14. It's actually an irrational number that goes on and on and on and on, never stops. So really, we're just going to multiply 3.14 times 7. So that's it. That's all we got to do. So let's see what we have here. That's 28. 7, that's 9. All right, so that's 21. We got 2 digits behind the decimal there. So let's get 2 digits behind the decimal in our product. And you see 21.98. If we wanted to round this up, it does round to 22. Now here's another way we could have solved this problem. If we're doing a really rough estimate, you could just do 3.14. You could just multiply it by 3, right? So 7 times 3, that's going to get you 21. It's not quite the 22, but still that 22 is the only thing that's even close to it. So our answer here is C.